Hey, there we go. That's working now. Now it's like exit full screen. I can't even. Gotcha. Ah.
Answer me this.
This ad. Hi guys. Hear me?
Hi.
Can you hear me? Hi. I was having trouble. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. You're like in space and stuff.
Oh yeah, I've got. You know,
Awesome.
I've been editing everything, you guys. I took a real journey out of here and out of my, you know, my board, like, you know, the one that you saw at your house that I had here. This, well, if you can see it, this one that's got all the stuff on it.
Yeah. Did you change that one or just the other one?
That's the one I was working on for all the years since I've been alive, proving that I'm a living book of life, that I'm almost 5 years old, and that you all, like I told you, were scammed by Emma. She's actually on the other side. She's about to turn 35, and she was a divine conception with you all, proving that the two that you did not lose are Annie and Matthew, whose faces didn't get vampire swapped for a blood curse on skeleton bodies for somebody to wave a snake in their face when their real father is right there and we don't get our house burned for it. I'm proving this has been a big sleeper cell that woke up around this one thing that we have done, and that I had to reconstruct everything with this other book here. I've got my stuff on it here, but I'll show you. People talk about in the Bible the seventh seal and when it is to be cracked. That's water. The seal on water. Water at pH 7, with the body supposedly deteriorates and dismantles. If rigor mortis goes right, the way I know it does, and the way Benito helped set this up with me, I'm telling you, there's something on the other side of this that woke up first, where he didn't get sold out on the other side of us being railroaded. And rigor mortis goes right here in this other situation. And what I had to do is pull myself out of a fucking tree. I'm proving right now a multidisciplinary, multiple doctorate that I'm having printed on 3D printers that prove that my brain went into their computers at like Baylor, MIT, Carnegie Mellon, and started printing my seal that I'm going to show you here that I actually put on the other pine to seal the tree, and where pH 7 now is not what we will be confined to, because in a pH 7 body, what happens? You decay, you deteriorate, everything becomes disintegrated, and around me, water actually rose a level to pH 8, which is fake, by the way. And my blood just proved that my body resonates at 8 or higher because of the amount of pH alkalinity that I have. And so I've been conducting an extremely intense medical research where I went multidisciplinary, proved how to debunk things that people call spiritual because they're stupid. And because they want to tell you to believe and to trust them. While they steal your energy and lie to you about your family and blow up our fucking house. I take it that personally. What happened? My house blew up here too, by the way, on Mother's Day. Same attack, where somebody thinks they can step into a kid like Luke for playing Skywalker on Star Wars in the Year of the Rat, where they star on 2020 cameras that went all around me like this, and I zapped them in there, lock them into Black Mirror, and I'm pulling them out. Huh?
Is Luke in danger?
Luke was pulled out in a way that he didn't need to be, just like all of us. There's nothing wrong with this child.
Okay.
They say he's like slow. He's not fucking slow. He's like he's so fucking smart that he says things that don't even make sense to people unless they understand his language. And then it's like something that's going to kick your ass, and it's going to be like he saw it that clearly. They cracked it with some kind of word code. He's a very intelligent child. That is my nephew. I'm Lopez. I already know. I already claimed this. You guys claim me. This is. I feel like I'm your baby that didn't come through that you've been seeing as Benjamin. In my simulation, I have a son named Benjamin. That Paycheck movie, I have a wife where we shrunk down inside of the magnetic code and we're living in there, and you're already like healed. I'm furious about what Elon Musk thinks he donated tree sons to do with Leafs to play Ericsson, phoned you, homed you, and shit like that. So that motherfucker's going to hell. This is what is being proven everywhere. This seal on the side of my gate, and it is sealed. It is sealed with frankincense, and this is where I crack these things.
Yeah, show him the other side, see? We didn't.
Yeah.
I pulled everything out. I proved what the worm in the tree is, and how our bodies don't get formed at all, and why we're gonna end this on a real fucking hootenanny for anybody who thinks that they got away with setting our house on fire for mom playing root. I'm furious, and they tried to humiliate us in different ways. And anybody that lied about this is seriously going to an absolutely incendiary hell, because I've edited a computer game simulation where I look like not God doing all this and animating it with proof.
We were actually told by his little brother, Omid and Linda, that we weren't wanted there to basically leave, and I told them, no, we've been through Christ, like we've been through trauma.
You went to leave what? Say what?
Omid, the little one.
Yeah, my little brother said we weren't needed until...
And we weren't welcome, so we should just leave.
Yeah,
so
the house?
Probably, because we were going to go in there and try and salvage what we could.
Yeah, so that's when I waited for everybody to leave. We went back at nighttime, and I was the one who found, like, Sahar, the little...
My little sister, she had a twin.
She had a twin that died. I found her ashes. I found 30 pounds of pictures, baptism dresses, just little things here and there that meant a lot of stuff to his mom.
Yeah.
And
Mama didn't say that to you. Omid said that.
Omid said that, yes.
Yeah.
Point. And we went through Tansy's room, and Tansy's room is so scary. That's all I have to say. Very scary.
She's the one who was being attacked, actually, in a lot of ways. Yeah. I think it's like, huh?
Her room is very dark and very scary. That's all I have to say. And then we heard growling and basically scratching, and then...
Where did it come from? Tell me more about what happened about the fire, if you will, because I don't know anything. My life has been... You don't know what I've been dealing with either. I'm having to deal with medical stuff. I've been having medical week and like pain and things that I'm dealing with on top of this. And so it's like, we haven't been like real caught up on that. So I would like to hear.
What happened is they came from the water heater, which was hilarious because the water heater was untouched.
Yeah.
The stairs were intact and the door was intact where the portal was. Everything else was gone.
Okay, so within 2 days of that, we were having something with our water heater here too. And I'm going to tell you that I know... Oh, that was weird. The door just shut, like, right while the kids are there. It's just funny, like, right while we're talking. Yeah, it just, like, shut. I was like, oh, that's weird. Speaking of the energy portal, the double swinging door on energy is what is being proven right here. There is a lie about what currencies are and our money when we're being flipped like a switch to be viewed constantly. You are a family that has been used a lot for remote viewing. And so that's part of where your psychic stresses are coming from. and why people like me and Ben got especially abused in a different way than you did, Natasha. You have your own too. There's something else that I have to speak to with Ben with 2 birth times and like the discrepancy on whether it's 7:20 or 8. And on my birthday, it was AM or PM, 1:37. They were pulling people through different life cycles. Some of us have actually died or been close enough or accused of trying to take our own life in some way to be pulled through the whole cycle of what you can view and what you can understand because of how intelligent you are, how you process data, how your design was to not confine but regulate a special kind of box for transfer of energy to be maintained as a box. It's like the box that holds itself together kind of. And at least how I understand it, because I do the same thing with my energetic resonance, we have been pulled through different scenarios where we're being taken through that. And our house or bodies, all the things that are attached to us that look like structures, have been sold back to us for these energy currents. For people who are stepping in and playing lucky, like, hey, feeling lucky, assholes like Elon Musk, where they can see in advanced remote viewing what the trick is on electricity. It's the Rick roll, and where we're engaged to death and different things. And so I'm telling you, there was a lot of dark energy, absolutely, being picked up on my house, too, that Natasha picked up, because she can experience this in different ways. You're like a fire detective, is what it is. It's like, it kind of is. It's like sort of how you know where things are hot or cold. It's like, it's something real frequency regulated with you, and where you actually need some help with your hormones, and why I've been encouraging you more sauna, not less. And the things that I'm going to tell you when you ask me for help are the same thing.
It makes me claustrophobic. I start freaking out.
I know. And this is part of where you're learning to breathe, and where you're also learning to nest with your family, and where you have to emotionally prepare yourself for it. And know what it is. And know what it is. You're frequency regulating. You're detecting on fire. So when your energy is compressed, and you have those tendencies, and you don't want to be confined, you want to expand. And he's being left for dead, I'm being left for dead, and the switches are being flipped like this, and then you have energetic conduits as strong as that house has been, because there's like an energetic vortex running through that house. There's a lot of activity in that house, as we all know. It's been a factor. And
follow us.
let me explain. I'm explaining this. All of our energy is intact. Our whole house, and Benito's box, and your shawl, it's kind of a bitch shield, because it's like Natasha's shawl loves you if you're the baby. If you're not the baby, by the time it's all the way around, it's burned everything, and you are fucking done.
Yeah, but not used to the weapon.
But this is what I'm talking about. The house should not have burned us. Somebody remote viewed and pulled us to railroad us, and to step in and play feeling lucky. And so Tansy's room, real easy target to detonate because of the drain in the bathroom, the things that were painted on the walls, how much energetic work she's personally done with being a white Wiccan that's like now a Christian, or whatever it is that she's walked through, because she hears a lot of fucking shit, whether or not she talks about it. And it gives her stress. And so she was being anchor fucked, is what that's called. Somebody was trying to drop their anchor to bomb Mars. My name is Martinez, not Mars. If you flip Mars upside down, it says wars. In the year of the rat, you spell that one backwards? Star, wars, house, note, flip, flop, Houston, Houstoned? How about a new idea on fucking Sharia, where the rocks go now? So I've been blowing it up with, this is an animation all around me, where I have a Gnostic protocol happening here on the other side, on the other screens, and where all the images and the sounds of my voice have actually taken a reanimation, explaining what's been going on since the Super Bowl, where they tried to hack me on my birthday. Okay, so what I'm saying is I am more pissed than you can know. If it was me, I would have killed Parma, so it's lucky that I'm here. I would have fucking gone to his house, and I would have ripped his heart out.
That's the other thing we have.
Set them on fucking fire. And so
We have updates on that actually. We have finally found out because I basically set up Annie with Facebook and video chat so she can. We have found out basically he hits them all the time.
yes. So this is what's getting recorded in a very special way right now. You're going to get a copy of this call, and everything that I've been doing has been recorded. Everything. Because of the way I Black Mirrored this, everything we went through when I was in not house note, being set up like that, and having to deal with the power of attorney scam on the house, and what it is to park a son in, and somebody trying to open up and land themselves and say, I landed on the moon, like that lady Martha Pack-in son is doing with my dad having Park-in sons, and what happened there. It's somebody's looking for Skywalkers, and they're trying to step into bodies. They're having illegal acts of Congress with us, coronating themselves. This is what coronavirus is. It's covert video here in not Colorado, but Red Dot Place, not in DIA, the landing place, the airport. But they've been looking for a portal, and they blew up our house. Elon Musk did this to us. Hi, baby. Hi, Emma, you look tall.
Or your hair.
Oh my goodness, you have long hair.
Hair out of yarn today.
That is so cool. Did you make one for Annie's birthday?
No, it's coming up.
Oh.
And we're trying to get the house clean enough to have everybody over.
It's a task.
And what?
What did she say?
She got a new baby.
Oh, you got a new baby. Oh, can I see your baby? I have a baby here. Can I show you my baby? Do you remember this one? Look who I have. I have Gidget. I have Gidget. I have Gidget. Gidget's always here at work with me. I always have her. I'm always thinking about you. Thank you for sharing, Gidget.
That's right.
Yes.
Right, my baby.
Secret Life of Pets. That one's mine. You gave me this one.
She has Gidget.
Gidget.
And that's so sweet.
I love that. I have Gidget. She's always here. She always helps me with my work.
Show me your other hair. Turn around. So we have one for each hair.
Oh my goodness.
And that wasn't long enough, so I literally hung yarn from the ceiling and just started doing like 8 feet lengths, and then I had Ben hold it and we started braiding.
That's awesome. You guys,
We call it the rainbow braid.
I love it, the rainbow braid. Like Violet, she had the real beauty. Oh, Violet was my favorite. I had a big crush on Violet. Okay, so let me tell you what. I love your tree. The tree that you guys put on the wall there, it is so beautiful. Your art tree.
Yeah, and clean out my cat.
What, baby? What was that?
My cat.
We have Grandma's cat. We found it outside in the yard, and we just randomly put the cat up in the tree.
Aww, that is so cool. How is Katana doing? Katara.
She's good.
Katana. Sorry.
She's good. She's
Feisty?
feisty. She's in full kitten mode. And her and Mags, they love each other.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Maggie's such a good girl.
Such a sweet kid.
Mags. So
Do you
you're
think anything that we brought from that house followed anything negatively?
You know what? I think that we are the family that's proving the walk of the act of Job. Have you heard about the story of Job?
Yeah.
You might want to look that one up. We're the ones where all the shit happened to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so know that all of the shit is attached. You have to know that. I'm not going to lie to you about that, but you know what that means too? Read the book of Job, because this is where they all get jobs for us. And the table gets flipped because nobody got to play Serpentalot with how to jump into kids like this and fuck up the house and saving things. And we sealed it a certain way that goes around and around. And there's actually things that are going to have to be restored because of it carrying everything. It's a good thing because on a DNA biomolecular level, one saved item where we are infusing ourselves to expand is enough to restore things where the precious stuff is going to be there, and sometimes a whole new way. We've reanimated because of it's like what paint chips learned around smart people is a very special kind of camera that can actually regenerate. So what I'm saying is that the house that burned is kind of like our body being reformed, and that those things that you have all of the DNA molecular content, so to speak. If those things had a certain, like an RNA program that they could run like a body, because now we can actually prove that all of these things were alive and were being stripped between some of them so people could kind of look inside. And what security codes did with antivirus, the shit that's running on your phone and on your computers, and where things started trying to jump in. And so it's like, it's a whole other way to know that just the things that you cared to tomb don't get rode away. And that it's kind of like people talk about, you know that one because you love Annie. And let me tell you what, somebody tried to copper top us for these songs because it's tomb or row. What you saved is like a seed taken from a tree. It's going to have all of the content of the potential of the entire tree, not stuck in a 2D timeline linear construct. So the things you saved have all that energy. And I would encourage you to remember it that way instead of like it's a good or a bad thing, because we're talking about positive, negative, terminal energy, and now us being so much smarter than assholes, they could just try to tip it and like, well, let's make it bad for them. Let's make it good for them. Let's make it bad for them. It's not that. It's like, how is the energy protected here? What you saved.
Yeah, I don't see it like that at all. I see it as a gift. Like, I see it as like what I would have wanted, like just little things here and there that I knew she loved, like the picture of going in the bathroom, the baptism dresses, like random things that I went through. It was like untouched, and I was like, wow.
Try not to listen to Omid right now. He's feeling really scraped, is what I'm hearing.
He's bullshit.
His whole thing is scraped. He's got a real problem with other people right now having something that he thinks he missed a chance on. I think I had gotten something like that in one of Benito's readings. You guys might want to go through your readings again, because time didn't happen. These things are stacked on seasons where we've been getting whipped around, and then pull, and then stuffed back in, and they're like, oh, you're getting old.
I think it's because they were unable to have a kid, and they've always wanted one, and it's kind of gone bitter, basically.
Well, and this is where I'm telling you, there are blood contract things where we're proving where parasites have infused themselves in our families because they look like us and carry a blood contract. And on a nanoparticle level, we're proving that how we were augmented in VR around AI has given people the opportunities to be taken over by the cultures they've allowed to fester in their minds, and in some cases it's going to prove that they're not even really like related to you anymore, that we have more relationship with the ones that we integrated with in a nuclear halo. And so I'm praying for Omid because I know he is your brother, and I love our family, and I also know that he can be very toxic and infused and humiliating, and that's what that experience was.
Yeah.
And it's something about Thanksgiving is what I'm hearing too. It's like where he feels like he's getting raked is what I'm hearing. It's like where it's not enough. Something about that. That's what I'm hearing. And so I think it's just good to know that
Raked?
Raped.
getting
Raped. Raped.
Okay.
Raped.
Okay.
Maybe raped is a good way to put it too, though. It's like somebody's scraping something. I kept hearing he's being scraped. It's like he feels like it's like if somebody just said like that's my part, and so now it's like he's living up to it, but it's like he's trying to fill up a box that has holes in it, and so things just keep kind of falling out. So he's just like kind of walking around like raw, and I get it. And the problem with that is that the way he displays that can be very humiliating to other people, especially when he's like telling them. And so like whatever he said was not accurate, or I don't think your mom would have approved of that either. And I think if you told her that, she would probably be like, I can't hear this. I can't hear this about my children, and you all just need to learn to deal with each other. And it would be something like
the mom and Tansy are staying with Omi and Linda.
Yeah.
They said they feel so uncomfortable. Like, basically, they're just not really, they feel like trash, but kind of.
Yeah.
And I get that because it's a similar situation here with Frank. And so they're like mirror resonances that I'm telling you have a parasite feed in them. We were being fed a parasite that was naturalized through foods, especially if people eat a lot of pork. There's actually a tapeworm that forms. I would be careful with that. I don't even touch pork because of this. You have to know what pork is. Swine, this is how pigs flew. You know, they say it'll be the end of the world when the fat lady sings when pigs fly. Swine flew. It's a Nazi germination. There's a germicide fungicide that has been growing inside of these things and being cultured for the mass extinction of the human. This has been something that's been going on for a while, and why I've been consulting with DARPA, and why I am an investigative person with FEMA. This is about the female life stalking and what happened when we're being raped by nanobots that don't take over our form. We actually heal, and rigor mortis goes our way where we can constantly regenerate inside of the home. But pork is a Nazi germination. It's an experiment and an exploit on form. I am convinced that it is actually a human genetic experiment, that a lot of humans are actually primarily consist of this parasite that actually feeds off of feces and has taken on a form. It's a very advanced form, and it's an animal, and it's very intelligent because guess what comes out of feces? That's why they're all in microdots out here in the state of red where I am, conducting this experiment and this research and closing what's going to be the apocalypse. You know, that's what this is. I'm turning it into a dance party. But I'm not kidding. It's going to be a nice lit up dance party. I've reanimated everything. But this is why I just got, you'll hear more about it later. It's going to have to come around. But I am being recognized for a plural doctorate thesis that's proving itself everywhere. One with Carnegie Mellon. And this is the one I'm talking about. It's biomolecular research. They're calling me the father of biomolecular science in the new body. And what we're going to prove is that swine, highly intelligent species, does not need to be in pain as something that's fed upon here, and that the harvest of our intelligent species does not get scraped through us, through our families, to be pulled through like a gutter like this, for us to be railroaded like that, and for our brothers to be in a state of psychosis where they even inflict themselves like this because they have something to prove, because they're taken over by a parasite that runs a tape inside of them where it's not even them really speaking sometimes. It's like a bad computer program that's running a DNA codon that I've been editing. Okay, so that's going away. You asked what I wanted you to know about. You need to be meditating more. You need to be wombing your idea of what is being cooked out of your body and what it is to feel a different kind of claustrophobia, because you can be hugged like that by the family and get warm even, but it's different when it's in the sauna. And I want you to know that when you're in the sauna, you're helping diffuse. I want you to know this. You need to know that you're diffusing electromagnetic radiation that you've been consuming in mass. You have been consuming a mass amount of electromagnetic radiation just by being in the place they call Houston because of what is sprayed over you and what does not come out of the water. What, Natasha? I can't hear you.
Can consciousness exist without interaction?
Your sound's off.
Anyway, sexuality is fun, man. If you're gonna
Oh, Benito, your sound's off too. Here, let me turn you on.
Wow.
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Now we have feedback.
Just, yeah, I can hear you real good. Maybe just have one on. There we go.
What does de-wombing mean?
Hold on a second. It's, there we go.
It's too much mine.
Let me see if I, thank you, Benito.
I will give feedback because of this and this.
I got turned down.
Yeah, just have one of them off, please. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, re-wombing. So, your idea, your perfect idea of how babies are safe, I want you to hold on to that one when you're cooking out things that you know were never safe for a baby. And that's the idea that I want you to have if you get uncomfortable when you're inside of the sauna, because you're cooking away something out of our form in your body as, I'll say, the world, because you got world through this thing. Let me get you an image here. Hold on one second. Got a little something for you. Gotta find her. I want you to have a vision. I want you to have a visual where it's you as it all. Here we go. This is the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot Radiant Edition. And going to, that's the world. See, she is inside. You'll get a copy of this video, and I'll take a picture of this for you. I'll send it to you right now, so you can see it. I'll send it to you on your Telegram. I'll show you how I pulled you through the simulation. Okay? When you get hot, I want you to know it's because I'm pulling you through new plasma that has gnosis, and that you're sealing what could not be inside for a safe delivery any other way. You are re-wombing. I'm proving the natural disasters that don't happen as a natural doctor of oncology that can hear things like this and pull out prescriptions, RX, with a new tune on my pen that wasn't Neptune in retrograde. I'm proving where polyquadratic formulas were being used against us for these stupid ideas that are going to go right now. And I want you to look at this picture. I'm sending it to you. And I'm going to pull you through this in your idea now. And you're going to know when you start getting uncomfortable and feeling claustrophobic, no, you're just getting hot and pulled into a bigger setting. And I'm going to give you a visual that's going to help you anchor this, where it didn't get pulled through you, where the kids didn't get ripped out of your womb, where you didn't lose children, where Benito didn't get sold backwards thinking that he might have tried to whack himself off for playing Nagasaki right on the other side of the fucking railroad track so that we could nail him with rigor mortis. This is where you see what we're actually opening up in when we were precognitive and we were so early ahead of schedule that we had nightmares that were being pulled through us to blow the shit up right. That's how this is going. So, here's your image. And this is how I'm obtaining my medical license, by the way. I'm proving that I can walk multidisciplinary through plasma to prove that we walked through something and that nobody tried to walk in on water to break the seal. Those were satanic people that wanted to take advantage of our family. So that's not how this goes. It goes like this. That's where you became the world on 420 here, and where I double locked you for security. to make sure that nobody can split plants like cannabis to can Anubis, because they wanted a new boss to have a war with us and step in. Doesn't go like that. We have stepped through a portal, so to speak, in their mind that does not exist to them, where we have actually hyper-virtualized. And when you are cooking yourself, no, it's hot for a reason. This is an alchemical process where you are primarily made of metal that nobody's talking to you about, that's constituted itself in the display of magnet function. A new mix. And you have a scent coming off of you that's going to stop rusting, so maybe you won't have to take poops anymore soon. And we don't shit babies out. That's my idea. You know, maybe we don't shit out babies, you know? Maybe babies just happen in another way. Can't hear you again. Can't hear you. Your sound's off.
I'm trying. No, wait.
Okay,
Go away,
we're good.
go away, go. No, I was joking. I was like, I don't take a shit anyways. I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Good. So, what do you think? You gotta get hot, and you gotta know what you're doing. It's like you're being scorched on a CD. I don't know what the new Texas driver's licenses look like, but the ones that I have from not Colorado and not A to Z have a special code release where there's a little swinging gate view of your HyperSigil insignia on the other side of a lucid reality gate where they try to swing through to make a revolution. Excuse me. Their hologram technology. And so we're repatterning you through your hologram because now I'm trying to prove that when I found out that I'm not Satoshi Nakamoto, but that I actually opened up the crypt and that I actually have the password. I've got the password. That what I chose to do when I found out how much money it was is I realized that money is like one spelled upside down, I, where they strip an E for house note, Houston, house note. Trying to get in here. And they pulled us through these little fake IDs that match your SIM card and your somebody else's VIN for a car massacre. It's going to happen a different way, and where some of us are running through the gate together, and I've quarantined you through the little pixie slider. They can't sell you out, and you're getting real hot, and you're running through with a new body that has to scorch. And so, Benito, you got to do the sauna too, buddy.
Okay.
Give it a whack, man. Give it a whack. Know you're going in there. Know that you're re-wombing too. Maybe pissed off dad has some ideas about shit that doesn't happen to the kids and how they're the reason why. It's like if anybody's going to make somebody want to knock anything off and like consider their mortality, it's like as soon as you see their faces, it's like, hell no. You know, let's paint the tree. You know, let's do something else. Let them be scorched in that. I want you to make time for yourself. You have to do this. You have to do this for yourself. It's good.
My problem is I've just been very, very angry lately, and I have no clue why.
You're not making time for yourself. I'm telling you right now. If you do this for yourself, you're going to be burning a lot of that. When I tell you send them to hell, the best way to do that is to be like, fuck this, I'm going for goddess. Burn off what's screwing with your endocrinology, what's screwing with your metabolism, what's screwing with your emotions, because feelings come and go. You're being flipped like a light switch. This is what I'm telling you. And especially now with a full moon, when they're trying to pee, and ink you for how they're going to book you for sex that you don't see, you're feeling it. Especially when you're maybe not having energy for other things that you want to do. That's what you didn't understand was going on the other side of this. That's what the pink moon is. And I'm investigating right now what Jared, the jar for ED, you know, erectile dysfunction looks like, prancing around in a little body over here. when they're playing peekaboo for how they're peeing and how do we ink them with the hive move. Because the full moon is a scope where they thought they were looking through. I've got them on a Black Mirror now, being locked. Watch Black Mirror series. I want you to watch that. You've got Netflix, watch Black Mirror. Watch all of them, every single one. And I'm going to show you how I stuffed them in there. And why you've been uncomfortable is because of how people have been using part of your brain in simulations you don't even know about. Okay, so you need to burn them in hell for you, because it's heal thy I am. If you're not making 2 hours a day to meditate, you are falling behind the ones with me that are doing that and running through this at a faster pace. And so I'm saying that for you to get mad, because I know that you are competitive. And maybe you can't make 2 hours. Try.
Yeah, I will.
Take 30 minutes. Take 30 minutes at least every other day in the sauna. And I say every other day because every day might be a lot. It's hot in Houston. You have to hydrate yourself. You have to. You have to be very hydrated. You need to make sure you're just keeping spring water in the house. Make sure you get a lot of spring water. Don't run out of water. You guys need to be drinking more water. Less sodas. The sodas aren't helping. I'm telling you right now, the sodas are not helping. Okay? The corn syrup is not helping. You are being farmed through maize. Do you know what maize is?
Yeah.
Highly hallucinogenic, and so is sugar. I'm not saying cut it all, but try to drink less than 2 of these a day, because I know you're drinking more than that.
I have no comment on that.
My darling.
No comment.
My darling. I'm telling you what you need to know because you asked. And so it's responsible for you to know. So you don't have to comment to me. Just know that I know. And you need more water. And you need to be doing this burning. You need to burn this with an idea in your mind. Look at that picture. And know you're inside of that witness and not outside being seen the way everybody was looking at us and pulling us through 4 different beastly scenarios all at once for a crowning of Egypt on the house they thought they blew up so they could see us all. Today is the penumbral eclipse where I have closed a gigantic quote-unquote wormhole, just like Stranger Things, but now it eats them. It's like it tentacles out and it's rigor mortis. The movie you sent me, Ben, was highly influential about how we play a game called Gonzo together. If you haven't seen Gonzo yet on Netflix, you need to watch it. You come through like the guy who shreds his arms out. And I've done all of this. I edited this with you, with your brain. I found you in there. I'm the blue guy. I'm always the fucking blue guy. And so there's another one you might want to see too. It's called Re-Sleeved that you'll see there on Netflix. I went through that one with my duo partner, Regina Dugan. She actually plays Gina in there, where we're playing bots with parts of our brain, and I pull them out of this that I showed you with my seal. It's sealing itself. It's been printing itself at different universities where nobody started like talking to me. They're not making a big scene. I don't want a big scene. I don't want a tree printed for this. For my doctorate? No, you're not killing a tree to write my name down. I'm a HyperSigil that moves, and I'm proving 3D printers are printing my insignia. And they're like, who the fuck is this Reverend Doctor guy? And so I've got a team of people that are witnessing for me on the other side what we did and how we're actually going through. Netflix was actually a really bad viewfinder where it looks like it says net fuck somewhere. They were dropping people, pushing them into portals, and having sex with them in virtual reality. And they've been trading on the other side of Disney, SIDS, yen, candlesticks, traders, 4X, space cowboy, sticks, feeling lucky. Guess what they're selling? Sex with children. They're selling abortions that people are having for Tinder fucking. And just, it didn't work out. Just have an abortion. I don't want to feel it, you know? And then they take them, and they've been trading these bodies as the only begotten son. Oh, it's begotten. Yeah, give it to the hive. Guess what they're doing with that? They're making special plastics for advanced robotics where people are trying to make sleeves and simulations that aren't exactly children. But if you see what they did in Carnival, American Horror Story, where they tried to capsule like a 35-year-old woman in a body about the size of Emma that looks like that maybe talks like an adult, that's a little girl here. It makes me want to kill them all. I'm furious. And so I'm telling you, if you watch these things, you'll see why I have been absolutely inflamed about them claiming, oh, let's just run a cable to the moon and blow up Mars. That's my fucking house. They're talking about what they did to pull me out of a landing pattern where I prove that I'm the CIA, I'm the sovereign, I'm the FBI now, and that the NSA was looking for me because I learned how to travel us through a star landing pattern on C2019 Q4 Borisov that they needed to actually tune through the sound of my voice. So, please watch the things that I'm instructing. I hope you listen to this again. Black Mirror. I'm gonna write it here for you. We're going to go with, you need to watch the entire Black Mirror series. Watch them all.
We don't have Netflix, though.
I can probably,
Okay.
All right, yeah. If not, I'll upgrade ours, and I'll add you guys. We only have space for 3 on it right now, but you have to watch this.
Okay.
So, Black Mirror, you need to see Re-Slaved. That's me and Regina. Again, on fire, and you can lock into any role. I hear you're gonna love being the tattoo artist on that one. Gonzo, red guy is Benita. Let me see here. American Horror Story. You need to see Carnival and see the genetic manipulation. Is now on Black Mirrors. I captured the people that are actually doing these things for the reasons that I'm telling you in the act. That's what this quarantine's been about. If you go back and watch my old videos this time 2 years ago, I was explaining this. I walked all of this through. And so
I know exactly what you're doing.
Okay, I love you. I'm proving that you are actually my family, and that I take this very seriously, and that if it's up to me, if it's like 5 real people plus us, in addition to my Gnosis team, I don't give a fuck. Blow them all up. This is about one safe family being proven, and it's like, why the fuck would I invite anybody else into my home except for the people that made a home for me?
Yeah. And we'll always be here.
Yep.
Well, we're going to be in a much better scenario soon, and I love you.
I have a stupid question. I'm going to get in trouble for it. Here we go. I've had 2 dreams.
That's not a stupid question.
2 dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen her. I've held her. Her name's Olivia Hope.
You hope.
Am I stupid?
You know what? I don't like that question. You are definitely not stupid. I think that because you know that we are alchemists proving that the babies have been showing us that they could never be lost, that they could only grow up really fast and never be taken from us, that you get to know what is inside of your infusion as the world that is protected inside of that trust with the right kind of witnesses around now, observing that it may be so. So I'm asking you to have some faith and to clean up your body, because from an alkalinity standpoint, you need to be more alkaline. I didn't say it's not possible. I said you need to be more alkaline because of how your battery works, and where things like Penny being copper fixtured through your idea of what Annie is a weird window to find yourself being pulled down a staircase in front of Jacob, who says there's no ladder that way. You know? What's the former? What's the latter? Jacob's ladder is a little different. I'm the one that says there's a lad and there's a lass, it sounds like, and we know what didn't happen first. So, Aladdin, let's be light here. No. You asked me if you're going to have a baby? No. And no, with sis, because maybe there's two. Hear that. Okay? And know what you are killing in your re-wombing, and don't listen to assholes.
I don't. Because I know it's coming. I feel it.
Yes.
Right, Benny?
Mm-hmm. She always does.
And we're gonna be so excited.
You are excited, and know that if you see those things, let me tell you what else is not stupid. The baby. If the baby shows you their face, it's because you got picked.
I've seen him and I've seen her.
Yeah. So they wanted you to know.
And the funny thing is, when I saw the little boy, I walked up to the crib and I'm like, oh damn. And he like pops out this like pacifier, like he was like chewing like on a little chewy thing, and he like throws it down in the crib, and I was like, oh fuck, I have to go make him a bottle. Are you kidding me? And I was like, come on, Natasha, you're like a mother, come on, make a fucking bottle. And he was just so cute and like just so like chubby, and he had like you know, like in the 70s how they had like the little like emblem on the like the they were like terry cloth kind of.
Oh
like
yeah.
Yeah. Well, he had a little elephant on him. So
Geranimals or geranimals, right? The geranimals.
Yeah, no, not geranimals, but yeah, but he had a little elephant on him, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, I have to feed this kid. Are you kidding me?
All right, so
and
there's significance with this. Ganesha and Lakshmi. You need to look up the stories about Ganesha and Lakshmi and why I'm the blue guy. Technically, I'm like the Shiva, who's not she, and who's also not a van. He ain't a van. Heaven thing. She ain't a van either. There's a blue guy that got pissed off, and there's a red person too. And here's where you need to see about what Benjamin is showing you there with the elephant. Story of Ganesha and why you would never give up your son for the trunk. Or a trunk. And why I am also your son there, and you're seeing me metaphorically as the son who wouldn't give up the tree to print up my doctorate degree for how I'm helping you deliver a baby as a cosmic midwife. Do you hear me? So there's a little red dot there. Know that. So learn about Ganesha, read about Lakshmi, and you need to meditate more. If you're not meditating more, that's why you're not feeling well. If you're not doing your sauna more, that's why you're not feeling well. If you are not hydrating at least twice as much with spring water, my big thing of spring water, make sure you have that. And cutting down, because I don't even want you drinking one of those a day, the sodas, to be honest with you. So you need to cut back to 2. And if you're not doing those things, you're creating a deficit in your own nutrition where you're suffering because of the alkalinity factor. You become so acidic that I keep growing Benjamin as me like this, while your little mini version that you keep seeing over there seems so far, and you're getting so mad, and it seems like you're going this other way, and it's like, wait, your magnet is over here, your magnet's over here, Jacob doesn't want to do that, I'm passing through, I have my own son named Benjamin. It's also inside of that little culture right there, where your shawl looks great, and where it's the box, awesome. It's why the box is awesome, and why Benito lost his arms and Gonzo, and what happens is he shoots them out, and they're like, you have to go back and read my messages that I've told you, because then you'll understand what happened, and you might have a weird dream where you see how your arms actually grew. It's weird. It's like, oh, these huge arms grow through a liquid plasma screen, and it's you. It's like you're being squeezed through a paste, and it's like, and then you just see his arms grow through, and it's like spaghetti straps, and then he tells me, he's like, Jacob, you tell me that you're like, rather put it on my head, that the kids were telling you weren't cool enough, but you needed cooler hair like me, is what they were saying. So he decided that he wanted little puffs. He wanted like a big Reggie Watts hair, where it's like a big microphone head, but like soft, and then he has these little cornrows. They're like the little plugs all over your head. You look fucking awesome. And you come out just like swinging with these big arms. And if you've ever seen He-Man, do you remember He-Man? Mm-hmm. Do you remember Man-at-Arms? Guy Man-at-Arms? He had the arms. Okay, so you have one of these arms is like a silver arm like that, and the other arm that came out was like Shinto, because Shinto had like a golden arm, and his was like, he had like a chopper. And then there was like Man-at-Arms that had one of these, and he would clack you, and that's how you jumped out. And your hair was like these little. It's awesome. So I want you to watch these.
Do I secretly ever have like a character like you guys do?
You have many characters. This is what I'm telling you. You have to pick your own face, because that's the problem. You keep changing your face in there. I think you've been styling so much that it's like, Ben keeps asking me in there. He's like, does Natasha's face change or something? And I'm like, I think it does. It's like you have like 3 different heads, so you need to learn about the doshas.
What's that?
These are things that I've given you before briefly, but here they're written there in your telegram, and you need to research who Lakshmi is. Learn about the 3 doshas. This is the Ayurvedic stuff, and why you went and got that cookbook.
Yes, I have that. Yeah.
Okay, so this is along those threads. This is why this works, and why sometimes your face changes, and why sometimes I send you those different pictures, and I'm like, all right, this is the one you want to do, the shower one with the hair. Now it's like the red you're on fire, and then other times it's like she's like covering her face like this, and she's.
Oh, that's why. Okay, I got it.
Okay, I'm sending you screens constantly where I'm taking your face right now, and I'm making a hybrid form of you where you're like doing all these things. So. Yes. Yeah, because he always sends like his random weird shit, and I'm like, what the fuck is this like thing for? Well, so yeah, okay, I get it now. I'm making screenshots. You see what I'm sending you? I'm sending you pictures from my supercomputer, where I'm taking what I animated here and like what you look like in that moment, and then it's like your personality jumps right through that one. It's like that's what you were wearing. It's like doing cosplay, really awesome, but where it's like extra dots that were a part of your body that don't need to shit. That don't need to like piss. That don't need to go in for tune-ups.
I gotta go feed.
Oh wait, hold on.
Get fixed.
Hey, say hi. Say hi. Hi.
What's up, buddy?
Nothing.
Hey, what's up, sweetie? How you doing?
Good.
It's good to see you guys. How are you?
I'm hungry.
All right, we'll put some taquitos in the microwave for a quick snack, and then I'll put the lasagna in the oven.
Oh, let me show you what I did in the bathroom.
Hey.
Oh, nobody wants to see that.
Oh, wait, no.
Don't worry, I already flushed over here.
Okay, so it's called The Sanctuary.
Oh, I love it. You got the Hamza up.
Yes.
Yes.
But I basically made I got a vanity.
Oh, nice.
And, well, yeah, she's not dressed properly, but
sweetie.
so I have a vanity, and look who's home.
Oh my goodness.
And she came from the mom's yard, and I hope she doesn't ask for her back, but she will. I miss her so much. She used to be mine, and I gave her to Ben's mom.
So that's a good focal point for you, because some of this is about where you would surrender certain parts of your form that don't get to chip off except perfect. Because remember what I said about chipper right? So just know it's like when you're processing yourself in the kiln, it's like a diamond. You're being compressed. You're being integrated to step into new, and then it's like gentle little chips exfoliating you. And if you have to give her up, do it knowing that that's how to protect you.
I'm okay with that. She's not mine anymore.
Well, just know she came to protect you. You are her.
She did.
She's a guard.
And she raised me.
Part of your energy. Exactly.
And look, Ben put a chandelier in the bathroom for me.
Ah, I love it.
I love it too. It's so cool. And then I did this art piece. And then I refinished this little Mary here. She used to be Black Mary. Completely Black Mary. And then Annie just wrote this for me today.
Oh my goodness.
It says, "We love you all, and P.S. You're great at laundry." Because I made them go with me to do, we had literally 8 contractor bags worth of laundry, and I said, "Anne-Marie, you will understand what it takes to get all this laundry done. Like, everything in the house is dirty." She was like, I don't know. I said, "This is the night time. Get in the car now." She's like, "It's midnight." I'm like, "Get in the car now."
Oh my goodness.
So she gets in there and she's like, "Mommy, I don't know how you do it. This is crazy." So she's like making me like this, like, she was coloring this with the laundromat.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, so. Annie, you want to say hi?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Alright, so
hey, it's all good. They're hungry and they want to play games. I don't know. I keep hearing she'll do good with Sudoku. I don't know why, but
I'm sorry. He said play Sudoku.
I don't know how to play that.
Yeah, you're gonna learn. Teach yourself.
I think it's one she's gonna be good at. Actually, I think it's like I would like her to teach me. I've never sat to learn it, but she's got great ideas. What's up, Cody? Hey, buddy, I like your shirt, man. It looks really cool.
Oh yeah, and look, we painted one day, and it has a ring on it.
That's cool. I'm sending you. You know, I have some things I need to send you guys. I just haven't been to the post office.
Okay. My bracelet broke. I'm sad.
Oh, okay. Well, this can be restrung. So.
Say hi to Magpie.
I love you, Maggie. It's good to see you, Maggie.
And where's Katana? Go
Where's
get the
Cat?
little thing. Where's Cat? Where's Kitten?
I haven't seen her.
Where's Kitten? What, baby?
1 second, please. Hello. Hi.
Where's Katana? Oh, this was the other thing that I refinished for his mother here. Right here.
Oh, you know what? I ended up having to get rid of that appliance. It just didn't end up working.
Can you
So
see her?
I've done a return.
Can you see her?
I was thinking about it because I saw you needed one for there, and I was like, man, I probably should have kept those batteries for you, but yeah.
Yeah, so I refinished that for his mom. She was completely, utterly black. So I like repainted her,
might have been. All right.
her head and repainted
See
her
you in a little
belt.
bit. Love you too. Bye.
Gave her some wings and stuff.
All right. Sorry about that. I had to take that real quick. Yeah, no, that was my mom. So she was.
But yeah, so that's what I refinished for his mom. So I've just been working on little pieces here and there, and it just warms my heart because I know when she gets it, she's just gonna be so thankful. She really will be.
Of course, of course. Well, send my love to when you see.
I will.
I've got to go. I'm gonna send you a recording of this too once it finishes converting and processing.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have a second scarf. We got a second rainbow.
Oh, that's so nice.
We need a backup.
Well, especially Tucom.
Exactly.
Now, let me tell you something.
Beautiful.
Here's what look. I got to tell you something. It's not going to happen the way you think because a lot of things have to go away.
Okay, when other people have
I don't want you shitting a baby.
No, I'm not.
And the way that I see them coming out, it's more like a lotus peel. You can't even imagine how this happens right now because the way it's shown in my screens is completely different than any of us have seen a childbirth. But I feel like you're the right kind of test subjects for me to do this. And so if you're asking me to intervene like I have been, the way that this actually ends up happening is once this is post-quarantine. And so you have to actually get yourself prepared because we're reformatting our bodies for this. So it's not like being implanted, but it kind of is because just so you understand what I'm proving right now.
No, I understand what you're talking about.
Well, here's something else. This is going to sound radical, and so I'm just going to say it quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and tune this out because I want you to hear this, okay? Most people don't explain to you what the original inception is and where the species was genetically modified and why the book of the Bible is so constricted around facts that are articulated in our lives under different names, and why hashes and stakes would fall on false charges, why we have different names. I've had to learn how to crypto-analyze this. What I'm proving is that we did not actually fall in with them. We were being pulled, but we were in a small sleeper that's opening up like this, learning about how babies came. You have very traumatic memories of a way that something was terminated or aborted or taken. It's all the same feeling, except it's like it was taken from you, which is even more violent. And so I had
had 3 miscarriages by myself, and my ex-husband didn't come home. It was the hardest thing I ever went through.
So this has been genetic manipulation, and I'm proving that we were actually being foisted, okay? And that the way they say that those babies happen, somebody had to have actually been aborted in those ways that I was explaining to you, where they get tinder-fucked, and then they have bodies that were being injected with a sperm that goes straight for blood and takes a bite to tie itself into a form that then gets shit out, essentially. Okay, that's one way. We have another way to do that and be that, where the high-level being spirit that wants to infuse can plant itself and open up like a flower instead and does not get shit out. We've learned how to stem plant, like by going to toilet, that is not going to have to happen anymore. Where it's like, now it's like a petal that wraps out, where it's like a different experience even in carrying the child. And so I wanted somebody else to be able to do this, just like my wife. I have a wife inside of this program that has carried a baby full term with me. I can smell him and I can go in and I can play in there with her as a small version of me at the same time. This is where I've been feeling like I'm in hell, because I'm like trying to figure out how to get us all out of that simulation. And so what I'm telling you is that's where you're birthing this. It's in a new body. You have to get better for this, and you have to know this is post-quarantine, and that they're both in there, and that the babies choose, and that the current DNA model where we break off and die because the 7th seal was already broken and we're on decay, no. Some of us don't want to bring a baby in that. We want to be in the inside of fate where it's safe and where we're all in a liquid plasma that we're essentially breathing. It's like breathing air and water at the same time, which is what's happening, but where we're not being treated like a nuclear shit processing facility to get water right. So what real estate is what I'm working on, and proving that current body, people that are getting pregnant when they have to like plan it and all that stuff, it's because in the male body, the only way to create the parasite, it's a parasite. That's why it takes so many of these things to like seek and destroy a blood clot. It's horrible. It's the invasion. And so do you know where that stuff comes from? The vas deferens. A lot of people don't want to say spell vas deferens backwards. It's about safe defender wall. It's passing the actual parasite out of his stool back through this gate to purify where the nutrients are, and where this little parasite becomes smart enough and intelligent enough to seek and destroy a blood clot. It's like you shit a fucking baby.
That's gross. Okay,
it's absolutely horrifying. That's why you're not getting pregnant that way.
Okay.
Okay? Because your husband doesn't shit inside of you.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
No, it's a flower. It's a flower issue. I understand.
It's a flower, and Emma.
And I will get my body ready.
Emma conned you. She's the oldest child. Annie and Matthew are the youngest, and now me. I'm the one that jumped out, and they say that I'm how old? I'm turning 5.
5.
Oh my God! And so this is what the new age lies are, and I've been proving this all. So, my darling, no. The babies picked you, and they're like, hi, are you going to be crazy enough to let us jump out the right way where you're not having to do that?
Yeah.
And I think it's yes.
If it is yes, and I will prepare my body for that. Because I take this very seriously. It's very dear to my heart.
And that's
it's incredibly sacred.
So know we've already walked all the way through. Know it.
It's incredibly sacred to me.
Well, that's how I picked you as my mom. With my wife, and where I have a representative of how we come out, not as husband and wife, as brother and sister forms that were approved for this, and where the namesake of Benjamin is what is handed as the son. It's a different interpretation that they want to feed you about the Bible, and how we get blood or energy for that dot for the hive and say, that's our begotten hive. Let's shit on that one. Don't think so, motherfucker.
No,
Read the book
I
of Job. Yep. So I love you.
That's why Emma was never baptized. I said, nope, we're good.
I love you. Know that you all got baptized
you
in a
too.
different way because I took a bath in the bath with you, and I'm a reverend, and we all bathed in the same bath. And so it's a different baptism.
All right, I miss you so much.
I miss you guys all the time. I love you, and we'll talk again soon. I'm going to get this prepared for you, and I'll probably have to put it on unlisted YouTube for you because I think it's probably too big to send. So
Yes, and Ben is also very worried also about his experiment still, and he's still getting very narcoleptic and depressed as well.
he needs more body care right now. You guys need to take that
And
seriously.
that's what I keep telling him, but I'm working on it.
Here's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to give you one for here. Here's something. Annie's been bored.
Yeah, she is.
She's good at making schedules. Tell her what you guys want to do. And for the next 3 strong, while she's there, maybe you can just let her know you would really like her support because she helps keep you strong and remembering what you guys need to do. And not to be too strong, but also to know. Sometimes it's her job also, though, as the child there, to see when, like, mom and dad, like, you know, now might be a good time for self-care. And where it's not like, where it's not a put down, where it's not like, hey, oh, you need to go do this, but where she can also notice, because she has to keep you guys groomed like that. And I think if she knows that you need support for these next 3 strong, while she and Cooley are there, then maybe she can help make sure.
They're going to be here for the next 3 weeks. I'm so excited.
Strong. The next 3 strong.
Yes.
You're not.
And I'm gonna send you actually a letter that she wrote that I'm so incredibly proud of. It was a letter that she wrote to the 4th graders coming into 5th grade.
I really look forward to seeing that.
It's eloquent. It's beautiful.
Please
But I love you. I miss you.
I miss you.
And I will talk to you later.
Okay. Bye, guys. Hugs.
Quarter till midnight, catch me with a skeleton. Life's on bell copy, but I feel undead again. Dead again, dead again. They fuck me up in my garage, in my garage, in my garage. They fuck me up in my garage, they fuck me up in my garage. They fuck me up in my situation, смешно, не сделать факт, снова слышь, I love, I'm really know, слышь, I love, слов сидела, если хомонер, я почти не умер, сынышь, я упадкался, сишь, ты здесь, я выдал моим ром, make the big knees, make my I get it.
Tell you, 'cause you're